Welcome to another episode of the Art Life Podcast. I am your host, I am the Muse. Of course, this is brought to you by the Pay the Artist Club. That is our group coaching, online art marketing community. If you do need any help with your marketing, branding, sales, or positioning, or you need to learn how to get to the next journey, you got an event coming up, you need some project management assistance with that, how to bring the most people, who to contact, what to do before, during, and after. Make sure you contact me everywhere at imdmuse. Go to imdmuse.com or Instagram at imdmuse and just type in the words pay the artist or PTA, and we'll link up and talk about getting you some help. So this episode is called What Happens Once You Get Your Work in the Art Gallery. Being a gallerist for 8 years, I can tell you a little bit about that. I can talk about some preconceived notions and what actually happens, and maybe some things that should happen that don't, right? So first and foremost, the gallery, of course, is not an end-all, be-all for artists. It's not a final destination, and particularly because there's more than one gallery. So even if you did make it into a gallery, everybody doesn't know that that gallery exists, particularly the people that aren't in that region. So if you want to expand your brand, if you want to get collectors from all over the place and sell more of your work, you need more people to be exposed to it. So you're going to need more than one gallery anyway, even if it is a more public gallery, more known in the public is what I mean, or a higher end gallery who can sell pieces at higher prices and get them on a regular basis to where you might not even have to produce a whole lot of pieces to make the sort of income that you're looking to make. But yet and still, if you want more opportunities, you want to work out there as much as possible, you want to have relationships with as many artists, many art galleries, as possible. If you have one that's doing really good in their particular market, maybe we can find another one outside of that market, so that one can be the exclusive art dealer for you, your exclusive representation for that market. So if you want to see you in person, you want to see your work in person, and you're in this market, if you're in this region, maybe you're going to go to this one. But then in another region, I'm going to have another gallery. Another region, I'm going to have another gallery, because I do this for a living and I want to sell art, right? So you need your art in stores for people to buy it. Art galleries are artist stores. It's a retail space for your work, and they are taking a chance on you. And them taking a chance on you, having that back and being vouched for, says something to potential buyers and collectors, right? It kind of says you've already been vetted. You have a high probability based upon past history and what your goals are of continuing and continuing to improve while you're continuing, which are all great signs for a collector, particularly, not just like a buyer, just getting something aesthetically pleasing, somebody who's also looking into the investment aspect or possibilities of that art. We want to hear things like this, because I'm one of them too, right? We want to hear things like this. Definitely incentivize us to go ahead and make that purchase or follow that artist until we're able to make that purchase, or until we're able to find something that we like. Maybe we like the artist, we're just waiting for the piece, and then we find that, and then we go pounce on that once we do. So you want to have as many tools as possible as an artist, and an art gallery is a tool. That's it. It's another tool. It's like if you have your stuff on one website or one platform and you got it on another one, that's just another tool. You want as many tools in your tool belt as possible so you can use them when they need to be used. You never want to be, trying to hammer something that need to be screwed. Like, You want the right tool for the job, else the job's going to be a lot harder to do. So think about that and use it as a tool when you need it. It's one of many. So most of the time, artists are still selling on their websites as well. Maybe the gallery has these pieces exclusively, and then if you want something out of these pieces, you might be able to go to the artist's website. But you want to get in the gallery. When you get in the gallery, you make more sales as an artist, period, on average, period. Whether or not that gallery sells your work, if they're able to get in foot traffic, often people will come in, they'll see the work. If they like the work, they'll ask who the artist is. And we're so trained now to immediately go to our phones, look up the artist. Now, guess what? We have direct contact as a buyer, collector, to that artist. That artist might be contacted by, someone of interest, and maybe they didn't find what was really resonating with them in the gallery, but they like, the style, or they like something about, what the artist did. And once they found out who the artist was through the gallery, looked the artist up, looked through some other work, maybe found something that they like, now they purchase that. And guess what? The gallery gets nothing from that. But you didn't make that sale without the gallery. So oftentimes, your sales increase, your followers increase, your mailing list increase, like random people just start, finding you, following you, liking, commenting, sharing, getting involved in your world. Even if they're not saying anything, they're just sitting back kind of observing and watching. I watch an artist for a while, typically, before I invest in them. Especially before I vouch for them and start speaking their names in other rooms that they're not in, and, lending a silent hand in their career if I can. I'm going to make sure it's vouch worthy. Like, you're not going to have me looking crazy. So I'm going to watch for a while and make sure I can assess truly who it is I believe you to be. As an artist and as a person, of course, before I start mentioning your name. But these things happen, and the gallery has expended money on marketing. It costs money to keep the lights on, to keep the temperature a certain temperature, to have the Wi-Fi working. For you to come in, they got to pay the merchant license, all types of fees and stuff they get hit with. Like, it's brick and mortar's expense. And they might not get nothing from that. So I feel that pain from the gallery side. But none of this hinders you. It only helps you as an artist. So what happens is your profile does increase once you get in galleries, period. When you start to talk about your art and things you've done, and people ask, where is your art, or what galleries is your art in? You can now say, my art is in this gallery or this gallery, or my art was just in this gallery. I'm waiting for my next show, or it's going to be in this gallery on this date because I have this next show coming up. It adds weight to your name. But I do want to state, it's not over, because again, like I said, it's a tool. That don't mean your job is over because you got in the gallery. So what happens when you get in the gallery? The answer is you still work. You still work. You still market yourself. You still do all the things as you've been doing. Doesn't stop. That's probably how you got into the gallery to begin with. So why would you stop what was working, which was, making headway for you, creating opportunities for you? You still do that. Don't put your feet up. If you need to take a quick break and stretch, do it. Rest is important. Recuperate. And then get back out there and push yourself. Still do all the things that you were doing. Don't compete with the gallery with those same pieces or anything like that, but send people to the gallery, because you wasn't having them come through your house now. Don't think just because it's in the gallery, you don't got to tell people, hey, my art is in the gallery. Go to the gallery. That's your job. That's what happens when you get in the gallery. Now you got to start marketing to get people to the gallery. Because seeing your work in person is not the same as seeing it online. And I don't care if they're seeing it online. Go see it in person. And most of the time, us as artists have people who are following us that we've never met. This is an opportunity for them to do that. You probably weren't comfortable with them coming to your house. They probably weren't comfortable with, coming to your house. But now that you're at a gallery, you can have an event. You want to have as many as possible during the time while you're in that gallery to get your people to come down and meet you so they can connect with you, so they can build these bonds, so they can buy this art. Essentially, that's what it is. You want them there to hear the stories, to feel the work. You want them there. Everybody's more comfortable at a gallery than your house, I'm sure. So what happens is your job doesn't stop. Your job keeps going. It's just now is a better look. Having representation is a better look. Having somebody willing to bet on you, because they could have bet on somebody else. That wall space could have been somebody else's. And it is a gamble, because if it doesn't sell, where are they getting money from to keep the gallery open? So it's a good look. Your job is not over. But what happens is you turn up even more, because now oftentimes you get in the gallery for a specific show. It's less often that people come in and get gallery representation versus become a part of a show, or even do their own solo show or something. Like, representation is like, if I do, the gallery produces 10 shows a year, you're probably gonna be in 6 or 7 of them. I mean, you might not be in all 10 because all 10 of them don't fit in, the themes, the schemes, or whatever. And if I got multiple artists, you got to kind of rotate and make sure everybody gets some play. You got to curate and make sure these fit together too, not just kind of randomly just putting people in work just in places just because I have it or have access to it. So you gonna get in half of those or a little more than half. Like, that's representation. It's like, if you want this artist, I carry this artist. Like, that's representation. Most of the time, it's not like that. So, in representations, oftentimes they'll take your work and sell it other places outside of the gallery as well, because they represent you. So they'll take your work to fairs and festivals and stuff like that. And they might even apply for opportunities for you as well, for you to get in residencies and fellowships and all of that stuff, and contests and everything, because all of that boosts up your CV, which boosts up, justification for you asking for the prices that you're asking for. When you're represented, we do all of this as gallerists for our artists that we represent. The other artists that, we might mess with, or, do some dealing, do some selling, get them some bread from now and then. It's not the same as the artists that we represent. So you want to turn up in that spot, be in there as much as you can, get as many people in there as you can. That's going to be a good look, period. Especially if you don't make any sales, because they're going to be like, nobody came to look for it, nobody's interested. Send everybody and their mama, your whole football team you went to school with, the swim team, your cheerleading squad, send everybody through. Everybody that was at your quinceañera, they need to be there. They was at your cotillion, they need to be there. Like, everybody at the spades tournament, they need to be there. Like, if you get an invite to the cookout, you're going to get an invite to this art show, and you better be there, bro. Pull up. I'm going to have more than one event, too. You was busy that day, cool. I got this opening reception. I got this talk. I got this interactive experience. I got this closing. I got you're going to be there. Come through. The gallerist is going to be like, oh. And they'll be more willing to work with you in the future, even if you didn't end up getting any sales. So what happens when you get your work in a gallery, what should happen is you work more. You look good because you're in the gallery. You should make the gallery look good. So everybody could grow. Because it's a partnership now. They are marketing you. I'm not saying they shouldn't be marketing you. They shouldn't be sending you to their email list. They shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. They shouldn't be working with you to get you better. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what you should be doing, which is turning up. Because now you in there. You need everybody to know that you're in there. This is D Muse, paid artist. Peace.